Good morning, Minister of Education, Human Resource Planning, Vocational Training and National Excellence, Honorable Octavia Alfred. Senior Education Officer for Secondary Schools, Mr. David Maximin. Local CXC Registrar, Ms. Margaret Celestin. Minister of Public Works, Public Utilities and Digital Economy, and Parliamentary Representative for the Wesley and Woodfordale Constituency, Honorable Field Grant. Minister for Environment, Rural Modernization and Kalinago Upliftment, and Parliamentary Representative for the Kalinago Territory Constituency, Honorable Jose Frederick. Parliamentary Representative for the Mary Constituency, Honorable Anthony Charles. Senator Lorraine Henderson Reed. The Ambassador of Diaspora Affairs, Ms. Athenia Benjamin. Reverend Ministers, members of the clergy, principals of primary schools, distinguished sponsors, graduates of 2024, our dear parents and guardians, the media, other specially invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning again. As previously read in my bio, 3 degrees later, having shared many rooms with countless intellectuals, having visited my share of the world to broaden my perspective and vision of life, I must say, this moment, sharing this forum here with all the proud parents, deserving students of the Northeast Comprehensive, this moment here, interacting with the greatest people of this nation, sits at the pinnacle of my achievements to date. To be recognized as a symbol of success, as a son of the soil and a product of the Northeast Comprehensive, my heart is filled with so much pride. Ladies and gentlemen, it is indeed a blessing to be loved by your own people. This great nation, the Northeast Comprehensive School, is amongst one of the youngest of institutions on the island, but has rippled a chain of successes over its 19 years of existence. From the cricketer paving his path to the West Indies with the likes of Cavem Hodge, to our dear character medalists Addison James, Keon Burton, etc. From our Dominica Next Top Model winner, Miss Lena Buntif, to some of our country's finest photographers and visual entertainers such as Mr. Lincoln Revere. From our talented and proficient young farmer like Mr. Master Judge, to our regional real estate agent like Miss Geraldine Charles. From some inspiring young entrepreneurs like Valerie Honoré of the Happy Box and Mr. Kyle James. Some of our debating sensations like Jose Thomas and Ms. Donnelly Daly, Team Setwa. I also cannot forget to mention 19 years of athletic and cricketing dominance. Many CXC top performers like the Jodine Shillingfords, Kimara John Baptist, Samantha Basil, Kadeen Robin, Adele Duran, Adine Bruner, and many more. Not forgetting to underscore the countless doctors, lawyers, nurses, pilots, entrepreneurs that we have had over the last few years. What I am trying to say in a nutshell is that we have produced formidable, well-rounded individuals that not only have performed academically, but individuals that have excelled as professionals in various strategies of our work here in Dominica. So we can all say that the Northeast Comprehensive School has done well. Put your hands together, everybody. 14 years ago, I sat there in that very same spot, in my little yellow gown like many of you. A lot skinnier than many of you are. For many teachers, it was a moment of relief. As I must admit, I was a very troublesome young man. I remember sitting there and whispering to the friend next to me saying, "Man turn big man now. Yesterday price is not tomorrow price." But I also sat there as a proud young man, proud of my achievements, determined to one day become the best version of myself and to be a good ambassador to the people of the Northeast. My speech today is consistent with this year's graduation theme, breaking barriers to achieve greatness. So from my 30-odd years of experience, I have written down 5 pointers, and I would like to share with you guys today. Point number 1, believe in yourself and manifest greatness. There are few things that you just can't learn from a textbook. You have to live through it in order to be fully entrenched in it. Because there's a simple truth. The world is a tough place. Getting what you want, making the most out of the time that you have, requires that you put yourself in a position to succeed. It means you must see the finish line before it exists. No one calls you and tells you how incredible your idea is. You can't build a business on potential or win a championship on promise. Results are binary. You either accomplish something or you simply do not. That is what people see, the results. So that means every single second, every step of the way, from where you are right now until you cross that finish line, depends on you and your thoughts. Depends on how you internalize failure. Depends on how you look at setbacks. When no one is around to pat you on the back or to tell you how great you are, will you have enough self-belief to move forward, to accomplish your goals? After graduation begins the hardest part. That's the part no one speaks about. It's about having the courage to wake up every single day and know that you are building towards something incredible. You are creating a masterpiece from the ground up. And that means you must look into the mirror and believe in the person who is staring back at you. You must see the unseen and be willing to bring that to life. And that, my friends and graduates, is the foundation for which greatness is built. It is common that not everyone will see your vision, that everyone won't join you, but you are an uncommon breed, and that's okay. Winston Churchill said, when there is no enemy within, the enemies outside cannot hurt you. So I urge you, NECS graduates, to dream big. Dream so big that people begin to think that you're a bit delusional. Nelson Mandela said it best, there is no passion to be found playing small and settling for a life that is less than what you are capable of. My point number 2, want greatness as much as you want to breathe. I have a question. Have any of you almost drowned in an attempt to learn how to swim? In my time, we were taught to swim by an older brother or cousin tossing us in the middle of the basket. And we desperately had to make our way to the other side. Now, when you're underwater, the only thing that you want to do is breathe. When you're underwater and you're trying to breathe, you don't care about carnival. You don't care about the World Creole Music Festival. You don't care about any of the festivities here in Dominica. You don't care about the IPL cricket or the World Cup final. The only thing that you want to do is to breathe. When you get to the point where you want to be successful as much as you want to breathe, then you will accomplish greatness. Everyone wants to be a beast until they are required to do what beasts do. It is a daily pursuit, creating milestones, designing the small wins, and that keep you going, that keep you moving, that gets you past all the days where you desperately want to give up and turn around. But for you, that simply isn't an option. That is simply not your reality, because there is so much more waiting for you. So you press on, cloaked in confidence. You move into the unknown, seeking the day where the rest of the world looks upon you and call you lucky. They will look at you, what you've built, and say how fortunate you are. But they won't comprehend the 20-hour days, the focus, the ridicule for being different, or obsessive, or non-conformist. They won't understand that self-belief trumped all of that. That to you, success was everything. The word great is separate for a reason. It means you said yes when most of the people said no. You move forward when the rest of the world turned back. Believe in your greatness. See it. Live it. It's there, and you have to believe it's there. And that will make all the difference. Because God has given you the courage to believe in yourself. Your self-belief will define you. My point number 3, sacrifice. To be able at any given moment, sacrifice who you are for who you could be. I repeat, to be able at any given moment, sacrifice who you are for who you could be. You say you don't like writing. I dare you to write a paragraph every day for a year. You don't like math. Do 2 math problems every day for a year, and just look at how advanced you become. We become a softer generation, always ready to give up, wishing and hoping things would be easy. But if things were easy, everybody would do it. You're already in pain, get a reward from it. When I went to college, there were many guys way more intelligent than I was. 4.0 GPAs every semester. Master and PhD program and degrees prior to medical school. Some of them were sons and daughters of doctors. But most of them aren't doing what I do today because it's not about where you came from or how intelligent you are. It's about heart. When you come from the Northeast, being smart simply isn't enough. You need to have heart. You must have passion, hunger, and the right discipline. Let me tell you, graduates, the road to success is clustered with long, tiring nights. And sadly for many, they sleep on the opportunities to be successful. This is why you need to train your mind that when you become tired, let your discipline take over. Keep going until you get a reward from it. Discipline means setting aside the unproductive for the productive. For instance, some of you need to give up your Instagram and Facebook for you to become successful. Some of you will led to believe that you cannot live without a cell phone, but a cell phone is not doing anything more than bringing you just a bill. Some of you need to tell certain friends, hey, I'll call you back when I'm successful. And align yourself with friends who uplift you. Friends who call your names in spaces of opportunity. Friends that help condition a spirit of discipline. Friends that speak life into you. Because trust me, graduates, your network one day will determine your net worth. The slave said this, we live so one day we become free. 400 years later, we are free because of the bravery, the risk, and the sacrifice of our ancestors. So graduates, do not be afraid to sacrifice and let go of the things that act as, the convenient things that act as barriers to our success. My penultimate point, be prepared to fail. Yes, that's what you heard. Be prepared to fail. Paulo Coelho, the alchemist, said, there is only one thing that makes a dream impossible to achieve, the fear of failing. Failure, graduates, is a natural part of growth. Because as you are challenged with new experiences, you must struggle to reach your glory. This resonates with me. When I was a second-year medical student some 8 years ago, I did a course in cardiovascular physiology, an introductory course. I was enthusiastic, I was studying. The university even made me a student teacher. 2 or 3 times a week I did classes for over 400 students. But I got to the exam and I failed the exam. 2 weeks later, I did a recovery exam, a makeup exam. And you know what? I failed the exam again. Now my predicament is far more complex. I only had one opportunity to pass this exam or get kicked out of medical school. Well, we know how the story played out because I'm here today. Because it was at that moment I said, let the real Michael Reefe stand up. The phoenix must burn to emerge. Michael, you're one day going to become a cardiologist. I had something to prove to myself since then, that I am far greater than my struggles. Maybe had I passed cardiovascular physiology the first time, it would have been looked over like many of my other courses. But in failure, sometimes we find direction. Sometimes in rejection, you find clarity. And sometimes in disappointment, you find God. Mia Angelou puts it like this: you may encounter many defeats, but do not be defeated. In fact, it may be necessary to encounter defeats so you can know who you are, what you can rise from, and how you can still come out of it. So graduates, be prepared to fail your way to success. Winston Churchill said it best: success is stumbling from failure to failure with no loss of enthusiasm. My final point, go with God. I kept God in my life and He kept me humble. I didn't always stick with Him, but He stuck with me. In everything you do, if you want to do what I did, then stick with God. I pray that you all put your shoes way under the bed at night, so that you can get on your knees in the morning to get them. And while you're down there, you say, thank God for His grace, goodness, and directions in your life. Parents, you too have a pivotal role in your child's success. The Williams sisters were told to do while they were still kids, and they turned out to be the greatest tennis players of all time. Tiger Woods was told what to do since he was a kid, and he turned out to be the greatest golf player to have ever lived. Michael Jackson was told to do what since he was a Jackson fan, and even in death, he remains the most entertaining and the best pop star singer to have ever lived. My point being, when people are given the right direction, their achievements are far greater. Parents, we need to claim back the responsibility of our kids. Don't let them grow up too fast. They may want to, but don't let them. Inquire about their homeworks. Pick up that book and study to teach your kids. Help formulate practical plans for them to reach their potential. Course that journey with them so that you can stand proudly, as many of you guys do today, knowing that you did absolutely right by your kids. In conclusion, one motivational speaker, Miss Les Brown, said, the wealthiest place in the graveyard, the wealthiest place on the planet is the graveyard. Because in the graveyard, we will find inventions that we were never exposed to. Ideas, dreams that never became a reality. Hopes and aspirations that were never acted upon. So graduates, ponder on this and always choose to live a fulfilling life. As we stand on the precipice of our success, let's heed to the wisdom of Aristotle. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence thus is not an act, but a habit. Consistency is the door to success. So on your incredible journey called life, let us rise to the occasion. Let us march forward with the courage of our own conviction. Let us sow the seeds of greatness with unwavering commitment. Now I challenge you, graduates. I challenge you to take the first step towards your dream today. Helen Keller proclaims, optimism is the faith that leads to success. Nothing can be done without hope and confidence. The path to greatness may be steep, but graduates, it's within your reach. Forge ahead with determination, and you will conquer mountains. They say graduations are for parents. True, But today, I want to take pride, graduates, I want you to take pride in what you've accomplished and where you've come from. For those who have cell phones, take your phones out. You won't get detentions, don't worry. Take your phones out. And for the next 10 seconds, I want you to take a selfie and hashtag 3 things in your best cocoa. Hashtag NECS we come out. Hashtag greatness are we think. Hashtag proud of me. Let the world see your success and be reminded that we Northeasterners speak differently. That way we cannot be ignored. We are not interested in being liked, but more so respected. Each one of you graduates is a force that is coming, and nothing is stopping your success. I pray that when life knocks you down, you fall on your back, because if you can look up, you can get up. May God bless the graduates of the Northeast Comprehensive School. May God bless the parents and well-wishers of the Northeast. May God bless the parish of St. Andrews and no places. I thank you.